Hey, do you want bigger balls and higher testosterone levels? I mean, right? Who does it? Now, there's a natural food that's been actually proven to do both. And no, it's not some gimmick, all right? And it's a food that you can actually take and utilize. It's backed by science and animal studies, and actually real life people have used it and they commented to me and that, hey, Dr. Sam, it worked. Now, I've had over a dozen guys lately just ask me, "Hey, Dr. Sam, can I increase the size of my testicles? And will it increase my sperm count? Can it also increase my testosterone levels? If doing so, by increasing the size of my testicles." And the short answer is yes. It's all done naturally, all right, with a substance that's also has a lot of just overall health and longevity benefits in addition to increasing testicular size. I'll get to the natural substance in a minute, but I wanted to share a real story with you. A few years ago, or many years ago, I used to consult porn guys. And one of their questions was, in addition to how do I, get harder erections all the time and all that, the other one was how do I increase my money shot? Basically, increase their cum shot, right? Higher volume. It's more impressive, right? They're right. So at that time, I would prescribe them a very short cycle of Clomid and HCG, which I'll talk about in a minute. Now, sometimes their sperm production would increase so much that yes, the testicle size would grow, but they also had just painful blue balls. Now, the good thing is when they needed to shoot their load, it would be like all over the place. Pretty much, the girl needed to have an umbrella over there. Unfortunately, these days, HRT clinics are prescribing these drugs, Clomid and HCG, year round, which is a very, very bad idea because it can lead to blood clots and hence a heart attack or stroke. It can also desensitize your receptor levels, your hormones, and so forth, and it can, you know, prevent your testicles from growing over time because it becomes desensitized. Now, anyway, if you want me to do a video about Clomid and HCG in the future, let me know below in the comment section and vote by maybe just giving a thumbs up, and I'll know. And let me know below in the comments, and I'll make you a specific video about HCG, Clomid, and testicle size. But getting back to the original topic today about the natural food, basically the researchers have made a discovery that a study in mice that they gave them a special type of yogurt that contains a special probiotic. Now, soon the mice developed shinier fur, which is great. They walked a little more bow-legged because their testicles grew by 15%, which is pretty huge. Now, it turns out this wasn't just coincidence. The secret was a specific probiotic called Lactobacillus rotari, rotori, or I forget how to pronounce it exactly, but rotori. Hopefully, it's on the screen. Unfortunately, most of the studies don't always correlate with human studies, all this, the mouse studies. So, can you take rotary probiotic, bacterium and make your balls grow 15%? Well, the science has shown the following. First of all, better semen quality, larger testicles, higher testosterone, lower inflammation of the IL-17, and also improved digestion and stronger gut lining. Remember, all these benefits. Now, in the 1960s, many, many years ago, people had about 40% of the specific bacteria in their gut. These days, unfortunately, it's maybe like 10% or 15% of it. And this could explain one of the reasons for the sexual and health problems people are having these days, especially for men, meaning lower sperm count and lower testosterone, lower sex drive. Of course, people's hormones are all wacky these days. And we're going to talk about that in a minute, how to fix it. So now you might be thinking, all right, so I'll just eat more yogurt, right? Unfortunately, that won't work these days because most of the American yogurts, even though they have probiotics, only have two or five, maybe at best, strains of the bacteria. And L. reuteri is not one of them. It's rarely one of them. All right. Instead, the solution is what works better is kefir. All right. Kefir is a fermented milk, and that's got rich and just beneficial bacteria, including the L. reuteri. All right. So it's usually made from cow milk or goat or sheep milk. And even people with lactose problems often can tolerate it. However, my suggestion is if you're going to consume it, I prefer if you can get goat or sheep milk version rather than cow milk version because the casein in the milk isn't as good. It's got a lot more hormones versus sheep and cow. It does better, and it really even reduces lactose problems. So if you have to pick one, pick the one without the cow milk. Also, don't use the sweetened or flavored ones. The sugar actually, unfortunately, destroys all the benefits. Only drink plain kefir with no sugar added, and make sure the L-reuteri is listed on the label. All right. So just read the label, make sure it's there. Now, the one negative with kefir is that it can get expensive, unfortunately. But in a minute, I'll actually show you how you can make it at home for a fraction of the price and reuse it over and over again for pennies. If you're like me, you don't want to drink stuff and it gets expensive, right? And if you don't want to drink the kefir and would rather just take it in the pill form, which is a lot of people do, which is what I like. Pills are easy, they're convenient, right? You don't forget them, you just take them. First of all, you want to make sure the supplement contains a specific strand of L-reuteri, lactose bacillus. It's called ATC PTA 6475. All right, so ATCC PTA 6475, that's a strain. This has to be on the label of the supplement. Sadly, this is the problem. Randomized control trials in middle-aged men, 50 to 65, showed no significant increase in testosterone levels after 12 weeks of this Roturi supplementation containing that specific ATCC-PTA 6475, despite using both low and high dosages. So my suggestion is, as much as I like supplements, forget it this way. I don't want you to get ripped off and waste your money. So forget the supplements. I'd rather just stuck with the kefir, which also has a lot of other health benefits because it has a lot of other healthy probiotics. So what's the ideal way to utilize kefir? The feedback is drink about 1 cup every day for at least 3 months. So 1 glass, right? About 8 ounces every day for about 3 months. Unfortunately, this isn't a quick fix, for improving your testicles and so forth. It is a long-term solution, a long-term commitment, and everything. When you do it with food and everything, it takes a while for you to see the benefits. So be patient, and remember, it has lots of other health benefits. Like I said, for your gut, for your bacteria and probiotics and gut bacterium and all that stuff. Now, the next question is, what results can you expect? This, of course, differs from person to person, how your gut bacteria currently is, how much you drink. However, here's just a few comments that people had listed below. It works wonders for me. I'm 52 years old. Another person said, 43 in September, definitely, lifelong low test guy. I started drinking a few months ago or a month ago. I added ACV, I think it's alpha viral, 2 weeks ago. I haven't had the sex drive like this in my life since I've been 16. And I have the energy, confidence, started working out hard. This stuff is amazing. All right. There's other ones that you could use. This stuff is great. Basically, a lot of Mediterranean people eat it. I drink 2 ounces every day. Basically, the stuff works, but again, it's not a miracle. All right. So just take it, be patient. Again, a lot of other health benefits. However, if you don't like the taste of kefir or you don't want to drink it daily, I get it. I don't like it either. It's just not my thing. It's just another thing I need to take. So what I personally use is a combination of different herbs and amino acids that typically actually work faster because they help increase your LH, FSH, will produce bigger results, especially for improving erections if that's something you're interested in. I've listed the exact herbs that I use below this video. It's something I've been using for over 25 years. And so have thousands of other guys. Again, a lot of great benefits. I'll list that link below in the description area. Now, I also said how you can make it at home. So let's not forget that. You want to save money with the kefir stuff. This is an improved version that I made a few years ago. So I'll put it on the screen right now. I'll read it to you, and I'll put it also in the description area. But basically, you take the kefir grains, started culture. You can buy these online or any health food store. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of the kefir grains to 2 cups of milk, cow or goat or sheep milk. But again, I like goat and sheep milk better. Whole milk, if you like that, is even best. Place it in a jar, cover it with a breathable lid, like kind of like a cheesecloth or paper towel, let it ferment at room temperature, 65 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit for about 24 to 48 hours, for at least, I say at least a day, maximum 2 days. I think the 2 days better. Now, once it's fermented, strain out the grains and store it, the finished kefir in the fridge, preferably in a glass bottle. All right. Put it in the fridge. It can go bad. Put it in the glass bottle. And the best part is you can repeat the same process again using the same grains because they can be used indefinitely. So again, you save a lot of money. Take a look at the resources that I posted and let me know also if you want me to make that video about HCG and Clomid. Leave your comments, questions below. Take a look at the description area. Have a great day. Bye.